You know, with somebody that's with all of us. You know, he that hath a friend must first show himself friendly. Right?
Well, I know by being in this place that there's a whole lot of people that wants to know who this friend is. Why don't you tell them about it?
Well, there is a friend that sticks closer than any brother. I got a lot of brothers right now. Yeah. You know who that friend is.
Why don't you tell them about it?
I'm gonna tell you.
Watchers Forum, Llrc, Part 2, Volume 2, Volume 1, I mean. This is the Watchers Forum, Part 2, Volume 1, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Kaba Kashif Muhammad is who I am, the great multi-Messiah. And today, I want to bring the people into the spiritual understanding of the real meaning of the Christ, the true interpretation and the true meaning of Christ and his real true mission. I just want to bring everybody into the universal truth because the time is at hand. The time is at hand. We are at war. This is a war. Okay, the black nation is at war. So we must understand the time and what must be done. Once again, this is Part 2, Volume 1 of the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Kaba Kashif Muhammad is who I am. Assalamu alaikum, Facebook fam. This Top Cat Productions, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Kaba Kashif Muhammad is who I am. And this is the Watchers Forum, Part 2, Volume 1. And today, family, I just want to, expound with y'all on a few vital verses that, that the people need to come into the true understanding of the Christ and the meaning of Christ and the true mission of Christ, that has been hidden from the people, all these years, because we're running out of time. As we see, we see a lot of police shootings, a lot of floods. Insinuations of war. I gave y'all my final warning in my awakening speech, and I told y'all that was the final warning. Now what you see all around you, police is killing us up, killing black people up all in the streets, shooting us down like dogs in the streets. Flooding going on, all these insinuations of war with the United States and Iran, and the United States trying to make the case with the war against Iran. I tried to warn y'all that these times was coming. As soon as I gave my last warning, I told y'all that destruction was coming, calamity was coming, and it's here. This ain't no game. This is a war with the black nation. Okay, this is a war with wickedness and evil. Okay, get thee on my left or get thee on my right. This is the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center. Okay, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Okay, now let's go to Matthew chapter 12, verse 39 through 40. Okay, it says that, but then Matthew chapter 12, verse 38 through 40. Okay, then certain of the scribes and the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Okay, I want to expound on this this Son of Man been in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, everybody looking for Jesus to pop up out the sky. Okay, now we finna get down to the true understanding of this Jesus thing, because y'all just got just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time for total disaster strikes you. Okay, this ain't no game. All you wicked and evildoers out there, your time is up on this earth here. Okay, you brothers and sisters that got some good in you, get it together, cause you got that much time left. Okay, now that's real. Now let's go to John 2:19. This ain't no game. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Y'all better get it together, man. Get it together. Get it together. This ain't not no game at all. We not playing with y'all, man. Okay, we go to John chapter 2, verse 19. Okay, and Jesus answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. 3 days. Now we just left Matthew 12. We just left Matthew 12, 38 through 40, where it says that, For as Jonah was in 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be in the heart of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, now we go back to John in the New Testament 2, verse 19. Jesus answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. It's something about those 3 days that I want to expound on y'all about them 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, now let's go to Revelation 1 through 3. Revelation chapter 11, verse 1 through 3. This is the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Kabakashi Muhammad is who I am. Okay, now let's go to Revelation, the last book in the New Testament. Revelation 11. Verse 1 through 3. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And an angel stood, saying, Rise, and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city, which is the nation of Islam, shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. 40 and 2 months, that's 3.5 years. Okay, 3.5 years. Okay, we back on that number 3 now. 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah was in the belly of the whale. Jonah was in the belly of the whale, which symbolizes the wilderness. Symbolizes the out here in the wilderness, out here in these streets out here. Jonah was in the belly of the beast. Jonah was not in the temple of Islam. He was not among the nation of Islam. He was not among the circle of guards. He was not among the Islamic congregation. Jonah was out in the wilderness, out here in the wilderness of sin, around the pimps, the prostitutes, the drug dealers, the dope addicts. Okay, Jonah was preaching in the wilderness. John the Baptist, was preaching in the wilderness. Jonah was in the belly of the beast 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, so now, if we go to Matthew, again, 27, verse 45. Y'all ain't got much time. I tell you, y'all do not have much time. We at the end of all wickedness. 27 through 45. Now from the 6th hour, there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani, that is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? So it says that from the 6th hour, there was darkness all over the land until the 9th hour. Okay, we in Matthew 27:45. So the 6th hour until the 9th hour, that's 3 years. That's that number 3 again. 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 3. Jonah was in the belly of the beast 3 days and 3 nights. Okay, the temple, if we go to Revelation 11, 1 through 3 again. Revelation chapter 11, verse 1 through 3 again. It says that, and I will give power unto the 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Okay, that's Revelation chapter 11, verse 1 through 3. So now, we at that 3 again. 3 years, 3.5 years, is all rounded up to 3. To the number 3. Now, if we go to Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 through 10. So now we know that for 3 years, one was to be crying in the wilderness. There was one to come at the end of the world, at the end of the white man's world, to bring the universal truth to the people. For 3 years, this Messiah. For 3 years, this Christ. For 3 years, this Mahdi was to be crying in the wilderness, waking brothers up, bringing sight to the blind, making the deaf hear, cleansing the temple of Allah, bringing the universal law, the full expoundment of the universal law, the pinnacle of what Honorable Elijah Muhammad was trying to teach us. One was to come after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and perfect his light. But that one that was to come after the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was to be preaching outside the Islamic congregation. He was not to be among the Islamic scientists. He was not to be among Farrakhan and his followers. But this one that was to be preaching in the wilderness was to be preaching Islam, the nation of Islam, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad outside the nation of Islam, in the wilderness, which symbolizes the darkness. Okay, now let us move on. Let us go to Revelation, because we ain't got much time. Revelation chapter 20. We're in Revelation chapter 20. Verse 1 through 10. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having a key to the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil, the minister Louis Farrakhan. So now, and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Okay, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up, shut his mouth up. Okay, that Christ came and brought the universal truth and shut up the mouth of the minister Louis Farrakhan and shut him up and set a seal upon him, put a seal upon his mouth. So when I brought the universal truth to the people, let me check my device, fam. All right, we good. So when I brought the universal truth to the people in 2017, that universal light was so bright till it blinded the eyes of the minister Louis Farrakhan and all his followers. So now let us move on. Now we're on verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus and for the word of God, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. So now, this number 3, the Son of Man been in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, symbolizes the 1,000-year reign. That Christ is to be on the earth, bringing the universal truth, straightening out all of the misconceptions, okay, and all the hypocrisy in the nation of Islam, in the temple of God, which is the nation of Islam. So we're now at the 1,000-year reign that Christ is to be on the earth. I started my ministryship, my propagation of the universal law, and to the end of 2016, beginning of 2017. We at 2019 now, 17, 18, 19. So we at the end of the 1,000-year reign that Christ is to be on the earth, bringing the universal law, bringing the universal truth, bringing the salvation to all nations. This is the 1,000-year reign. And I'm the Christ that brought in that 1,000-year reign. Okay, that the scripture speaks about. So now, if we go to Revelation chapter 10. And I saw Another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head, and his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot upon the earth, and cried with a loud voice as when a lion roared. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. So now, this one that we're in Revelation chapter 10, verse 1 through 10. So now it says that Revelation chapter 10, verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his foot upon the sea, and his left foot upon the earth. What does that symbolize? The one that opened up the book was revealing a book, the universal law, the Holy Quran, the pinnacle, the full expoundment, of the Holy Quran. But he had his foot on the sea, 1 foot on the sea, and 1 foot on land. The land symbolizes the wilderness, the heart of the earth, that the Son of Man was going to be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. Jonah was going to be in the belly of the beast for 3 days and 3 nights in the wilderness out here, preaching. John the Baptist preaching in the wilderness. That symbolizes the land. Ishmael and Hagar and her son Ishmael wandering in the wilderness, and the water sprung up at the foot of the child in the wilderness. That symbolizes the Christ that's bringing the universal law, that's bringing in that 1,000-year reign, straightening out all the foolishness that the minister Louis Farrakhan, who is the devil, discombobulated in the Nation of Islam. One was to come at the end. The Christ was to come at the end of the white man's world before God brings in the pinnacle of his wrath. God sends in a messenger. God sends in his vicegerent. God sends in his Khalifa. And that vicegerent, that Khalifa, brings in the universal truth, brings in the expoundment, the pinnacle of God. He perfects Allah's universal light. He makes the light brighter 7-fold. He brings in the universal truth. He brings in the salvation for all nations. For 3 years, this Christ is to be preaching in the wilderness. Out here in the wilderness out here. Not in the Nation of Islam. Not among the congregations of gods. But out in the wilderness. Water is to spring in the wilderness. So now let us move on. So now the land, Revelation chapter 10 verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book open. And he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot upon the land. The earth, on the earth, which symbolizes the wilderness out here. The Son of Man was going to be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. The wilderness out here. Okay? And he set his right foot upon the sea and his left foot upon the earth. So now, the sea symbolizes the universal law. The waters of universal truth and righteousness. All this symbolizes is the cross. The cross going up perpendicular. We got one with a book in his hand. He's preaching an upright religion. He's preaching a universal truth. He's perfecting the light of Allah. But he's in the earth perfecting that light. He's in the land, the earth perfecting that light. He's preaching a upright religion. He's preaching a universal law, which symbolizes the sea. But he's on the land. He's out here in the land. It symbolizes the cross. Okay, that one, he's bringing in the Holy Quran, the universal light. He's preaching universal truth and righteousness in the wilderness. This is what the Jesus hanging on the cross is all about. This is the true meaning of Jesus hanging on the cross. This is what the resurrection, a crucifixion and the resurrection is all about. This Christ, which is the reign for 3 years in the wilderness, the 1,000-year reign, preaching universal truth in the land, in the earth out here. Not in the nation of Islam, but in the land, in the earth. This symbolizes the earth, but he's preaching an upright universal law, the universal religion in the wilderness. This is where you get your cross at. So now let us move on. So now, and we're in verse 3. And cried with a loud voice as when a lion roar, and when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices. And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttereth, and write them not. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created the heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no more, no longer. But in the days of the voice of the 7th angel, which he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God shall be finished, as he had declared to his servants the prophets. And the voice which heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and standeth upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings. So now, the little book symbolizes the universal law, that upright religion, Islam, preaching of Islam in the land, in the wilderness, the earth. That's what the little book symbolizes. But it says that the mystery, it was a mystery, it says right here. It says right here that it says, and when the 7 thunders that uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not. Okay, that was a mystery. The universal law was not finished. This is a symbolical picture of my mission of Christ reigning on the earth for 1,000 years, for 3 years, preaching in the wilderness. Okay, the Bible says that, and he said in verse 11, he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people. So now what we read here is a symbolical picture of my mission in the spirit of the prophets that wrote it. Okay, so now one must come at the end of the world and reveal that mystery that was hidden, that secret that was hidden. Okay, one was to reveal that secret, and that secret was the minister Llrc and his hypocritical mission. Minister Llrc is the devil. That's the mystery Babylon, which is the nation of Islam as led by the minister Llrc. That's the mystery Babylon that the Bible talks about. So now let us move on. Let me see how much time we got. Okay. So now, let's move on. Okay, now if we go to Revelation chapter 10, verse 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which is me, Kaba Kashif Muhammad, the Christ that's preaching in the wilderness, John the Baptist that's preaching in the wilderness, the Muhammad that's bringing the Quran in the wilderness. The Quran is the full expoundment, the pinnacle of Allah's universal law. What you got the Holy Bible, you got the Quran that was revealed 1400 years ago by Prophet Muhammad, you got the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you got my teachings. Is the seal of all religion. It's the seal of all religion. Okay, now, it says, but in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished. So basically what it's saying is that the universal law was not perfected. The Bible was not perfected. The Holy Quran that was revealed by Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago was not perfected. The teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was not perfected. It was revealed, but the true interpretation, the pinnacle of the scriptures was not revealed. It was revealed piece by piece, through stage by stage. And the universal law that I brought y'all since 2017, the beginning of 2017, is the pinnacle of all scriptures. If we go to let's go to Surah 1037.
Alif Lam Ra.
Hold on, fam.
Allah, the all-seeing. These are the verses of the perfect book, which is full. Allah invites us all to the abode of peace, and He guides him.
Okay, here we go, fam.
This Quran is not such as could have been devised by anyone besides Allah. On the contrary, Allah has revealed it as a confirmation of all the previous scriptures, and is a clear and detailed explanation of the divine law. It is wanting in naught, containing nothing doubtful, disturbing, harmful, or destructive, and there is no false charge in it. It proceeds from the Lord of the worlds.
Now, fam.
And yet the
Holy Quran, chapter 10, verse 37. And this Quran is not such as could have been devised by anyone besides Allah. On the contrary, Allah has revealed it as a confirmation of all previous scriptures and as a clear and detailed explanation of the divine law. It is warning in not, containing nothing doubtful, disturbing or harmful or destructive, and there is no false charge in it. So now, what the scripture is trying to tell you is that the Holy Quran chapter 10 verse 37 is that the Holy Quran was to come in the last days during the 1,000-year reign of Christ preaching out here in the wilderness. We at the end of that 1,000-year reign. Okay, so the Holy Quran was to be all the scriptures, the Bible, the Holy Quran that Prophet Muhammad brought us 1,400 years ago, and the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. All that was to be confirmed at the very end. We at the confirmation of all scriptures right now. And the Muhammad, I'm the Muhammad of the Holy Quran that the Holy Quran speaks about, that was going to bring in the confirmation. That confirmation is the pinnacle, is the perfection of the light, the universal truth. So now let us move on. So now, but in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, which he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God shall be finished. So the mystery that was never revealed, that no man knew on this earth, is that the minister Louis Farrakhan and his congregation, the Nation of Islam, as led by the minister Louis Farrakhan, is the devil. That's the Satan. That's the dragon that's dragging all the people, trying to drag all the people into the pits of hell with him. That's the mystery. That's the finishing up of the scriptures that was never revealed, that no man on this earth ever knew. It was revealed to me, Christ, during the 1,000-year reign. The minister Louis Farrakhan is deceiving the whole world. Okay? That's the mystery Babylon. That's the mystery Babylon that scripture speaks of. Now let us move on. Now, if we go to Isaiah, let me check my device there. Yeah, we could. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 25 through 27. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 25 through 27 in the Old Testament of the Bible. For yet a very little while. No, let's go to Isaiah chapter 10, verse 24 through 27. My bad. Isaiah 10, verse 24 through 27. There thus said the Lord, God of hosts, O my people that dwell in Zion. Zion symbolizes the nation of Islam. O my people that dwell in Zion, be not afraid of this Assyrian. He shall smite thee with a rod, and shall lift up the staff against thee, after the manner of Egypt. Excuse me. So now, the Assyrian symbolizes the Caucasian, the United States government. The Caucasians. These police that's out here with this police brutality. That's out here killing these brothers out here in these streets out here. Dragging these kids out the cars and kicking and throwing and punching on these little kids out here in these streets out here. Stopping people on every corner, antagonizing the people, trying to antagonize the people and make them make a wrong move so they can have a reason to blow their brains out. This is the work of Allah. This is the chastisement. Allah's not playing with you, black man. Allah's not playing with you, black woman. You out here in the middle of the streets out here, shaking your backside, all in the middle of the streets out here. You brothers out here, you doing all this foolishness out here, and it's time. It's time. Wake up. It's time. Allah's gonna cut these white people loose on you. You think it's worse now? You give it a couple of more months. Give it a couple of more months. These white folks is gonna bring out the worst of their storehouses on you. They coming at you. This is a war. Allah God is gonna send them at you, because Allah God is tired of you, black man. Allah God is tired of you, black man, shooting and killing up all this holy black babies out here for drugs. Foolishness, man. Foolishness. Allah God is sick and tired of you, black woman. You out here walking around here with your breast dangling out your shirt, with your drawers snatched up in your behind. Allah God is sick and tired of you. You don't want to wake up. He sent prophet after prophet after prophet to wake you up. You scorn that. You ridicule the universal law. That's bringing the universal law of truth is foolishness to you. You don't want to hear it. You put your fingers in your ears. You turn your back. Allah God has brought you a universal light. He has brought you power to bring you about the foolishness that the white man put you in. But you don't want to listen. So Allah God got to chastise you. Allah God is going to chastise this black nation. You're going to be chastised. It's going to be brothers that's going to get their brains blown out in these streets out here. And the white man is going to be the one that's going to do it. Allah God is going to cut the devil loose on you, black man. Because you don't want to listen. So now let us move on. So now. Okay. And thus said the Lord God of hosts, O my people that dwelleth in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. He shall smite thee with a rod, and shall lift up his staff against thee in the manner of Egypt. Yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and mine anger and their destruction. And the Lord of hosts shall stir up a scourge for him according to the slaughter of Midian at the rock of Orab. And as his rod was upon the sea, so shall he lift it up after the manner of Egypt. And it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder, and his yoke from off thy neck, and the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing. So now, after the white man, after Allah used the white man to chastise you black man and woman out here in the streets out here, all you dope dealers and pimps and pushers out here, you're getting up every morning looking for something stupid to do. Allah God tired of you. Okay? Allah God is going to turn the devil loose on you to wake you up. It's going to be some brothers and sisters out here that's going to lose their life. It's going to be some sacrifices that's going to be made to bring in tranquility for the rest. A few of us got to go. So now Allah God is going to turn the white man loose with the fury of his anger at you, black man, for a little while. And after that, then the anger of Allah going to turn toward this white nation that's been doing all this debauchery for the last 6,000 years. His anger is going to be toward them. But you, black man, you going to be chastised. We at the end of the 1,000-year reign now. The 1,000-year reign of the Muhammad bringing in the Holy Quran, that's over with. That's over. Only thing I'm doing now is putting the finishing touches on it right now. I've been prophesying for 3 years now. 2017, 2018, now 2019. The Son of Man was going to be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. I'm in my 3rd year now. We in our 3rd year now. The 1,000-year reign. So now, after God chastised you, black man and woman, out in these streets out here, it's going to get worse. Every time you turn the news on, you're going to hear about the police done stop somebody and done blow their brains out, a black child. It's going to get worse, man. It's going to get worse until you open your eyes up, black man, and wake up and get on the side of Allah. Come into the universal truth that I'm teaching you. I'm your only way out. I'm the door. Walk ye in it. You can't get to the universal light. You can't come into the kingdom of Allah without coming through me. Without coming through the universal light. I'm the light of the world. I'm that Christ that's reigning on the earth for 1,000 years, the 1,000-year reign. And after my 1,000-year reign is over with, I am to resurrect fully into the universal law and take over all the nations with the universal light. I am to be the light and the guide for the world. We at the end of the 1,000 years of Christ reigning on the earth for 1,000 years, the 1,000-year reign. So now let us move on. So now, if we go back, to Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 through 10. Once again, this is the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Okay, now we go back to Revelation. Hold on. Okay. So now, like I say, family, let me check my device. We at the end of time right now. And we got to get it together. We ain't got just but a little time to get it together. You don't have much longer, fam. Okay. So now, okay, now like I said, fam, just to sum everything up. Once again, we at the end of the 1,000-year reign. Okay, we know that the dragon has deceived everybody. The dragon has deceived the whole world with falsehood. And the dragon is the minister Louis Farrakhan. So we can't listen to the minister Louis Farrakhan. We got to come into the universal law of the full experiment of the universal law, which is the teachings that I'm teaching the people. So, family, you don't have much time, okay? I want you brothers and sisters, y'all stick together. Y'all watch each other back, because it's gonna be a lot of police shootings out here. It's gonna be a lot of violence that's going on. It's gonna be a lot of flooding that's going on. Hurricane season is coming to Florida. It's hurricane season right now. You're gonna see a lot of tornadoes. You're gonna see a lot of calamities. It's gonna be a lot of calamities that's gonna come about. So y'all get prepared yourself, because I gave y'all a warning in my awakening speech. I told y'all that was the final warning. This ain't no game. I'm not just something that's playing with Islam. I'm divinely sent by the one true God, Allah, sent me to bring the universal law to y'all. Allah has inspired his universal law in me to bring the truth to y'all. Every prophet that ever came to the people from thousands of years back, they always cry lies to the prophets of Allah. They laugh and scorn all the prophets of Allah. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah, the people of Lot, Ad and Thamud, all these people that came about preaching universal truth, bringing the law to the people, before God destroyed the population. Allah, God sent a messenger, and they always cry lies to the messenger. See, I'm that last messenger that's bringing the universal truth, because God is about to destroy this land. God is about to bring the fury of his anger on the United States of America. And you ain't got much time, family. You don't have much time. Come into the universal truth. Put your faith in Allah. Teach your children Islam as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and as expounded through my teachings. Perfected through my teachings. That's your only way out. That is the Ark of the Covenant. So I want all y'all brothers, y'all put y'all faith in Allah. All y'all sisters, y'all put y'all faith in Allah, because Allah is the only way out. Islam is your only way out. You have no other way out. You have no other way out but the universal truth as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and as perfected by my teaching, Kaaba Kashif Muhammad, the Christ that's reigning on the earth for 1,000 years. The 1,000-year reign symbolizes the 3 years that the Christ is to be preaching in the wilderness, the land, preaching an upright religion, a universal law in the land, hanging on the cross. Out here in the wilderness of sin out here. Preaching the universal truth in the wilderness of sin. That's what the Jesus hanging on the cross is all about. And I want my family, I want y'all to get together. See how much time I got. I want y'all to get it together, because we don't have much time. This is the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Rebuilding Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. Kaaba Kashif Muhammad.
Children of the ghetto, running wild and free in a concrete jungle, filled with misery. There's no inspiration to brighten up their day. So out of desperation, I would like to say, children of the ghetto, keep your head to the sky.
This is the Watchers Forum, Llrc, Light and Life Unity Center, a center of hope and salvation for all nations. This is the Watchers Forum, Part 2, Volume 1. Y'all tune in next Sunday for Part 3, Volume 1. Kaaba Kashif Muhammad is who I am, the great multi-Messiah, the Christ, Prophet Muhammad of the Holy Quran. I am the Christ of the Bible. I am that Christ. Kaaba Kashif Muhammad is who I am, the Black Stone in Mecca. Y'all recognize.